Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, there was more sonic booms that happened up and down the East Coast. Now, I didn't hear anything, but there were people from different states up and down the East Coast reporting noise. But the biggest was coming out of Massachusetts. And there were some from Rhode Island and Connecticut as well, but the bulk was Massachusetts. Now, they were wondering what this was. They were even checking the military to see if they were flying jets around, which actually they do. The Navy up and down the East Coast, they do it all the time. But they did not report any activity, when this was going on. So come to find out, y'all, there have been unprecedented meteorites reaching the Earth's atmosphere and they're blowing up. And they said this is probably the most meteorites they have ever seen enter Earth atmosphere. That is what's going on. That's where the booms are coming from. And the activity has increased. Now, why it has increased, I don't know, but that is the reason why we are hearing those booms. It's a bunch of meteorites reaching Earth's atmosphere and blowing up. So there's really nothing you can do to stop that from happening. It's going to happen. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Yeah, absolutely. It's all judgment. We know what we're looking at. If you are a true child of the Most High, you know what you're looking at. Of course, it's judgment. Absolutely. All right. Thank you for the ones, everybody.
News out of Massachusetts, where an explosion was heard across Massachusetts as well as parts of Rhode Island, which appears to be a significant bolide or meteor entering the atmosphere. This large flash that you can see here on this satellite imagery, which is the GOES 19 satellite, does not correlate with any active thunderstorms. So, people in Boston, if you were wondering why you heard a boom, or like an impact sound, that is likely due to a significant meteor entering the atmosphere. Now, I guess it hit the atmosphere. I don't know if that means that it hit the ground. Sometimes these things break apart in the atmosphere, but that's what we know for now. That's the boom sound. And here you can see the flash on the satellite imagery from it. Another angle.
What the hell is that?
Jeez, what the hell was that?
So tracking this story off the East Coast, around 2:30 this afternoon, a massive boom shook Boston and Rhode Island. Houses rattled, windows vibrated. No earthquake, no fire, just silence after the blast. Here's what happened. A meteor entered the Earth's atmosphere and exploded off the Massachusetts coast. GOES 19 satellite caught a massive flash east of Boston. No storms in the area. This was just a raw atmospheric impact. Meteorologists confirmed it. This thing that was traveling tens of thousands of miles per hour broke apart midair and sent a sonic boom across both states. Same signature as the 7-ton meteor that rocked Ohio in March, except this one happened over the cities of Boston and the state of Rhode Island. No injuries, no damage, just a space rock reminding how fragile we are. Comment where you were when you heard it. This is the Intel Desk. Stay locked in.
Wow, did you hear that? A massive boom today. If you're in Massachusetts or Rhode Island, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thousands of people from Boston, Cambridge, the North Shore, South Shore, Cape Cod, and all the way into Providence reported a loud explosion-like sound that actually shook homes. Some thought it was a plane crash or something exploding on the ground, but here's the good news. There were 0 injuries, 0 fires, 0 damage reported. The U.S. Geological Survey confirmed it was not an earthquake. Officials checked everything and found nothing dangerous on the ground. Satellite data picked up a huge bright flash east of Boston. The leading theory right now, it was a meteor burning up high in the atmosphere and creating a sonic boom that traveled for miles. Basically, it was a show by Mother Nature. What did it sound like? Were you in the area? Were you able to hear this or see this? Let me know. Make sure you're following me right here. If I get any new information, I'll drop a new video.
The heck was that?
Listen to this massive explosion that just happened in Massachusetts. Apparently, that was a meteor that landed off the coast of Massachusetts that's been reported. It was such a loud boom that everybody through Massachusetts has heard this sonic boom come in. Crazy. We got a rocket going off and blowing up on the launch pad. Now we got meteors coming in so loud that it disrupts the entire state of Massachusetts. I don't know. Things are getting kind of weird out there.
Okay, I know these two things are probably not related, but what is going on with the universe right now? My whole house just shook today, and reports are saying it was a meteor or a bolide exploding over the Massachusetts coast near Cape Cod Bay. People all over New England heard the boom, and some of us actually felt it. I'm in Rhode Island, and it literally felt like something hit near the house. At first, I thought maybe it was thunder or construction, an earthquake, something nearby. But then everyone started posting that they heard it too. And now reports are saying satellites actually picked up the flash from the meteor as it broke apart in the atmosphere. Then, on top of that, tomorrow night we have a blue micromoon, the second full moon of the month, happening while the moon is near its farthest point from Earth. So no, I'm not saying that the meteor and the moon are connected, but the timing is wild. A meteor shakes New England one day, then a blue moon the next night. If you heard that boom today, you were not imagining it. People all over New England felt or heard something, but I need to know, where were you when it happened? Did your house shake too? And what did you think it was at first? Because I really thought something hit near my house for a second because of all the wind. I thought maybe a tree fell down. I don't know. Let me know what you thought.
Did anyone else in the United States hear this? That was the sound of a meteor striking the northeast of the United States. That happened roughly around 2 p.m. Eastern time off of the coast of Massachusetts. Some in Rhode Island also said they heard it as well. The sonic blast did create vibrations at people's houses. People ran outside. Some of them said they saw a meteor, and later it was confirmed by NOAA that yes, indeed it was. In this video here, NOAA's satellite had detected a signature, that's that purple thing there, consistent with a meteor entering the atmosphere over the southern shore Shore near Boston. Why did it create this noise? Well, that meteor was traveling anywhere between 25,000 to 160,000 miles per hour. When a larger object slams into our atmosphere, it creates a big boom, similar to a supersonic jet. At this moment, people have not found pieces of said meteor. It's possible that it did completely break up as it came through our atmosphere, but it's always an interesting reminder that space is a lot closer than we realize.
People are saying the official story doesn't add up. The massive boom that shook Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Experts say it was a meteor. NASA has not confirmed it. They did say confirmed a space rock exploded in the atmosphere, but online people are split. Some say it was a military sonic boom. Some say it's spacecraft reentry. Some say it's an industrial explosion, and some think we're not getting the full story. Here's what matters: there was no earthquake detected, no major fire was confirmed, no damage trail has surfaced, but still data reportedly picked up a flash east of Boston. So the meteor theory is still the strongest, but I want to know what you guys think. Was it A, a meteor, B, military, C, a spacecraft, D, an explosion, E, something else? Comment your pick right now, and I would love to hear your explanation. This is the Intel Desk. Stay locked in.
We have major breaking news out of Massachusetts where an explosion was heard across Massachusetts as well as parts of Rhode Island, which appears to be a significant bolide or meteor entering the atmosphere. This large flash that you can see here on this satellite imagery, which is the GOES 19 satellite, does not correlate with any active thunderstorms. So people in Boston, if you were wondering why you heard a boom, like an impact sound, that is likely due to a significant meteor entering the atmosphere. Now, I guess it hit the atmosphere. I don't know if that means that it hit the ground. Sometimes these things break apart in the atmosphere, but that's what we know for now. That's the boom sound. And here you can see the flash on the satellite imagery from it.
Now we have meteorites blowing
Another
up in the
angle
atmosphere over our major cities. So be safe, Boston.
We have major breaking news out of Massachusetts where an explosion was heard across Massachusetts as well as parts of Rhode Island, which appears to be a significant bolide or meteor entering the atmosphere. This large flash that you can see here on this satellite imagery, which is the GOES 19 satellite, does not correlate with any active thunderstorms. So people in Boston, if you were wondering why you heard a boom or like an impact sound, that is likely due to a significant meteor entering the atmosphere. Now, I guess it hit the atmosphere. I don't know if that means that it hit the ground. Sometimes these things break apart in the atmosphere, but that's what we know for now. That's the boom sound. And here you can see the flash on the satellite imagery from it. Another angle.
Okay. So that's what they're saying. It was, these things, these booms are all meteorites. So I'm going to do a little research. I wonder why the activity has increased so much. Now, that guy kept saying he didn't know if it was the military. The military already confirmed there was no activity on the 30th. So the air bases, nobody is reporting any activity. So it would not have come from the military. So, and plus people saw the meteorite in the air. That's why you saw so many images of it, because people were able to capture it. So they know that's what it is. Now, when it was South Carolina, I don't know if the skies were so overcast, you just didn't catch it. That could have very well, because if it is overcast, sometimes you won't catch these meteors that are descending down towards Earth. But yeah, it's interesting how this is happening. And now it's almost like every so many days, some state on the East Coast is reporting these booms. Now, Florida was also reporting it too a few days ago. Parts of Florida were saying they heard these booms. So, and it's happening a lot of it is happening on the East Coast. I mean, look at the irony. Some of the most important things in the country are on the East Coast. You got the White House, and you have Wall Street. There's a lot of important things that are on the East Coast. So, yeah, but from the way it sounded to me, I can believe it was a meteor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially jets when the military said they weren't flying on the 30th. Nobody was flying around at that particular time. Yeah, we've been having some pretty violent storms as well. And the flooding is now, we went from never flooding to now we got parts of New Jersey that literally floods every time there's a storm. And that was not happening before, y'all. That's why I know we are at the end. We are at the end because we're seeing a lot of things we never seen before. And the meteor activity increasing, that says a lot. It says a lot. Mm-hmm. Hey, last night, y'all, I actually had sleep paralysis last night. And I rarely have them. If I do, it may be one in a year, or sometimes it'll be like a few years, then I'll have one. But I actually had one last night. I had a sleep paralysis. So it only lasted maybe, I would say, like 3 to 4 minutes. And then I was able to break out of it. But yeah, that is creepy when you have that because you're stuck in that in between state where you're not quite asleep, but you're not all the way awake. That is weird how your body can do that, but it happens. Mm, yeah, well, that's a lot of times that's when you get those spirits that will come along too, because you're pretty much a captive audience. It's not like you can get up and leave. Oh yeah, I always do. I always rebuke the demons. Absolutely. So y'all, so if you hear these booms around, chances are it's all these meteorites coming into the atmosphere. And I just want to know, when did they come? And I mean, we always have meteors come in, but it just seems like it's been an excessive amount of them. Mm-mm-mm. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And trust me, when I tell you there's a lot of things we have to talk about, and we will talk about absolutely. So, y'all have a wonderful evening and be on the lookout for my next live. And don't forget to pick up your hair products. Shalom, family.